Welcome to What's Up With, the show where we examine the box office stats, letterbox comments and all of the spiciest takes on the latest release from the world of movies and TV. I'm Terry Beezer for ScreenRant and this is What's Up With Heretic, the new Hugh Grant A24 horror movie that digs deep into every girl's nightmare.
What happens if we choose the wrong door?
Being trapped in a man's house and having religion, theology and Star Wars mansplained to them for a couple of hours with no escape. Sounds like a party at my mate Clive's house. I don't know what the problem is.
Nice.
If you've seen Heretic, give us a 6-word review in the comments section below. That's how we do it on What's Up With. And later in the show, we're going to be discussing mainstream actors and actresses who've detoured into horror. So think about that and get in the comments section. We're thinking George Clooney in From Dusk Till Dawn or John Krasinski in A Quiet Place. But for now, let's dig into Heretic.
Ladies, verbally acknowledge, please.
In between playing an Oompa Loompa in Paul King's Wonka and his upcoming movie featuring a marmalade-obsessed bear on his adventures in South America, Hugh Grant makes his first appearance in an actual bona fide horror movie. And I know what you're thinking, no, 9 months does not count. And neither does Extreme Measures. Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East are two Mormon girls spreading their good word, coaxed into Hugh Grant's modest country cottage where they are subjected to an evening of twists and turns and unforeseen horror. That's Hugh Grant doing a Jar Jar Binks impression. Didn't see that coming, did you? Before we get to the box office and discussion, here is the best of this week's Letterboxd comments. Okay, it's the highlight of our week here at ScreenRant as we go through the best Letterboxd comments from Hugh Grant's Heretic, and Tom gets us underway by saying, I shit you not, Hugh Grant sings Creep by Radiohead and meows in this, which sounds like a fever dream, I know, but I assure you it's 100% true. Stacey says Jigsaw, if he was an insufferable Reddit atheist, do not go giving those people any ideas, Stacey. Gambino's Burner says, a man who references Radiohead, Lana Del Rey and also dabbles way too much into philosophy has to be the biggest red flag of all time. And it's not even close. And Britt Hayes agrees, saying, I dated a guy like this. Yeah, you and everyone else who ever went to art college. Brandon Likes says watching this in Utah is the 4D experience, and Alor continues on the Mormon motif by saying, worst case scenario, he says he's not interested. Yeah, you'd think. Zuzu Pan thinks Hugh is representing academics stepping up their teaching game after grading one too many essays written by ChatGPT. Yeah, Black Mirror, the Richard Curtis edition. A rare sensible post from Brian who asks, the best M. Night movie M. Night never made? I think that's a very good point, Brian. Jeff says, insane fast food tier list. I have to say, I thought that was the most controversial thing in the whole movie. And that's followed up by Amelia, who says, okay, let me map it out for anyone who might be confused after watching this. The order should go McDonald's, the one true religion. Taco Bell, we do talk about Taco Bell. Burger King, Wendy's, In-N-Out, because the fries are garbage, but the rest slaps. Barry! I'd talk about Taco Bell if Samuel L. Jackson was waving a gun in my face and shouting, say Crunchwrap Supreme one more time, MF. I dare you, I double dare you. That is it for the best of the Letterboxd comments this week. Now, on with the box office. Okay, time to check out what the critics have had to say and how Heretic did at the box office. Let's start with what we at ScreenRant had to say about the movie in our review. May Abdul-Baki was glowing in her appraisal of the movie, giving it an 8 out of 10 score. She joins our praise of Hugh Grant and his menacing niceties. Thatcher and East sparkle in their nuanced roles, and we think that it's great that a religion-themed horror movie can stay away from all of the usual tropes about the Antichrist and possession, or my Aunt Elizabeth, if you drink any of her sherry.
Yeah, boy.
Cinema score is always tricky ground for psychological horror movies, especially when it comes to audiences grading A24 horror movies, because people are heathens and awful everywhere. Well-loved A24 horror classics like Hereditary, Midsummer and The Witch received D+, C+, and C- scores respectively, and that is a stat that makes me never want to talk to anyone about movies ever again. More interestingly, it breaks a hot streak for Hugh Grant. Grant's last 4 cinema releases have all scored very highly with audiences on Cinema Score. Despite lukewarm box office returns, Wonka received a score of A-, and let me make this point again, the absolutely criminally overlooked when the hell are we gonna get a sequel greenlit Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves, got an A- score. And that was still too low. Put that next to The Gentleman with B+ and Paddington 2 with an A, and Hugh can see that this movie has been way more divisive than his other recent movies. Hugh can see that. Hugh. No, not going to apologise for that. On with the next bit. If that does feel slightly underwhelming, that has been reflected at the box office, where Heretic came in 3rd this weekend, taking in $11 million domestically from 3,221 theatres, according to Variety, and that is a victory of sorts for A24 because it puts it in line with movies like Talk to Me that opened with $10 million, and it's way more than a lot of the other 2024 horror movies, like Maxine took $6.5 million. The First Omen, despite great word of mouth, opened with $8.4 million, and Abigail opened with a pretty modest $6 million. Way better than those, but not good news when in comparison to something like Neon's Longlegs, taking $22.6 million, Trap's recent $15.5 million debut, or the recent number ones from Smile 2 with $23 million, and Terrifier 3, which took $18.3 million. What will be interesting when it comes to Heretic is if this movie finds its audience at streaming like so many others do. I feel like a Hugh Grant horror movie, for its appeal to both people who want to see Hugh Grant do something different and just people who like scary movies, is going to mean that this audience does find this movie eventually. Let's get out of here with your reviews. Ali Allfelder says, don't you dare make me feel bad about liking Lana Del Rey. Preach, sister. I play Ultraviolence once a month, just don't tell anybody. My neighbours know all about it. Manhattan's Ghostbuster has praise for Heretic, calling it terrifyingly great. I had a fun time with it. It's got everything from suspense to intense scenes. Hugh Grant, so scary. I love it. So scary. Many terrify. And Caleb's Critical Corner says, it's pretty interesting in the religious questioning aspect, but falls short on any promises of it being creepy. He adds a little bit of spice to that take by calling Heretic Saw, the Bible edition. That is it for us. If you don't want us to come to your house and begin meowing at you, you'll like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Terry Visa for ScreenRant, and that's What's Up with Heretic. Keep active on the community page of our YouTube channel if you want to be on the show next week talking about Red 1, and that is it for now. Bye!